Welcome to the podcast from the book called When the Body Fades, Let the Heart Shines. There is Thai name called แสงแห่งใจในวันที่กายอ่อนแรง
which translates beautifully, I think, to light of the heart in the day the body is weary.
Lovely title. And our mission today.
Well, we're going to unpack this book, pull out the key insights, really. It's aimed at offering guidance, maybe some solace for when, the body's weak, but the spirit isn't.
For people maybe bedridden or facing those big fears, death, isolation.
Exactly. It tries to help find a path to peace, to meaning, even then. It's essentially a self-help guide for emotional, spiritual well-being when you have physical limitations.
And
we heal the body with medicine, but we heal the heart with faith, hope, and meaning. Really sets the stage, I think.
It does. And the author's perspective is interesting too. They've been there, right? Both sides.
Yeah, exactly. As a caregiver and someone who's felt physically weak, so it feels very authentic, relatable.
Makes sense.
And the core message really running all through it is you still have value, you still have power, meaning even if you literally can't get out of bed.
That's huge. Because the book tackles some common, quite damaging ideas people have.
It really does. Like that awful equation, being sick means your life is a failure.
Right. And the book just says no, flat out. A sick body doesn't mean a worthless heart.
Absolutely not. And it also looks at the fear of death, as this absolute end.
How does it reframe that?
It suggests thinking of it more like going home, a transition, a kind of gentle letting go, finding your true self. It softens that edge,
Going home. That's a gentler image. And what about loneliness? That must be a huge factor for people who are isolated physically.
It is, but the book offers a surprising take here. It suggests that silence, which we often dread, can actually become a friend.
Friend?
Yeah.
How so?
Leading to inner peace, basically. It encourages rethinking solitude, finding connection within yourself.
Okay, so the whole aim is to be that light in weariness.
Yeah, a comfort, a whisper saying you're not alone, whatever your physical state. It's about finding those inner resources.
Right. So let's get into it. The first big idea seems to be that looking after the heart is just as crucial as looking after the body.
Spot on. And chapter 1 really hammers this home. We do not lose our value just because our body is weak.
This must hit hard for people feeling like a burden.
Oh, definitely. It directly tackles that feeling. It pushes for a shift, from I'm a burden to I still have value.
And that value isn't just about what you can do physically.
Not at all. It's about the capacity you still have to love, to be a light for others, even in small ways. Your very being has worth.
The author's own story comes in here too, right? About being ill.
Yes, she shares being bedridden, feeling like life had lost meaning. But then came this turning point, a conscious choice.
A choice.
To either give in to despair or to actively look for a way to cope, to find some light, however small. And just making that decision, that shift, it started to change things internally, even if the physical situation didn't change.
That first step towards hope, that sounds incredibly important.
It was profound, according to the book. And building on that, the chapter gives actual practical techniques, things you can do to feel that self-worth.
Okay, like what?
Well, there's a morning practice, super simple. Close your eyes, hand on your heart, and just say, gently, I still have value even if I can't get up today.
Wow. Just acknowledging it?
Exactly. It seems small, but doing that, consciously affirming your worth when you feel helpless, that's powerful self-acceptance.
Okay, what else?
Another one is listing or even just thinking of 3 things you can still do.
Even tiny things.
Especially tiny things like, can you manage a smile? Can you feel concern for someone? Offer a silent prayer, feel your breath, see the light in the room.
Focusing on what's possible.
Yes, it keeps you connected to your humanity, your abilities, however limited they seem.
I like that.
Then there's a visualization. Picturing your heart, like radiating light. And that light connects you to your faith maybe, or loved ones, even to people out there who might need your inner strength, your good energy, fostering connection despite isolation.
So it's a lovely image.
And writing a letter to your future self, affirming the loving impact you're still having now.
It sounds quite moving, shifting focus from limitations to legacy.
Precisely. And finally, intentional breathing. Breathing in, thinking, I have value, good energy.
And breathing out.
I send love and goodwill. It makes the affirmation physical in a way, tangible.
These are really concrete.
Yeah, and there's this other fascinating idea, accepting a new role.
A new role, what do you mean?
Well, if you used to be, say, a runner or a busy manager, always doing, being bedridden feels like you've lost who you are.
Yeah, I can see that. A loss of identity.
Right. But the book reframes it. It's not a loss, it's a transition. Maybe now your role is spiritual guide, or peaceful surrenderer, or just light of the heart without walking, finding worth in a different way of being.
So value isn't tied to the size of the action.
Not at all. It's the intention behind it. Even the smallest gesture done with love matters deeply.
Like the examples they give.
Yeah, simple things. Thanking caregivers, asking for something uplifting to read or listen to, writing a little note, praying for someone, just sending out good wishes.
These are all things most people could probably manage, even when very unwell.
Exactly. They're powerful expressions of connection and care, even from stillness.
The book includes some quotes too, doesn't it?
It does, some really empowering ones, like silence reveals inherent worth beyond doing.
Worth beyond doing. That counters so much of how we usually measure value.
It really does. And another one. Quiet stillness is a powerful form of struggle.
Struggle? How so?
It reframes being still not as passive, but as an inner effort. It takes strength to accept, to be resilient in that quietness.
Okay, I get that.
And loving, wishing well, and praying are valuable contributions, reinforcing that our inner state, our intentions, they matter. They have an impact.
So wrapping up that first chapter, the heart can still be active even if the body isn't. And recognizing your own worth changes everything. Even a smile is a gift.
Beautifully put, which leads us nicely into chapter 2. The focus shifts here to the present moment. Live well in the present moment.
The power of the now.
Exactly. Huge healing potential in just being here now.
Because we tend to get stuck, don't we? Ruminating on the past we can't change, or worrying about a future we can't know.
Precisely. The book argues the only reality we truly have is this breath, this moment. And again, the author shares finding peace just by shifting focus to the present, away from the what ifs and if onlys.
And it presents mindfulness and meditation as tools for this.
Yes, but really accessible ones. It calls them heart medicine, available to anyone, even in bed. No complex pose is needed.
Just gentle awareness.
Right. And it lists 10 super easy mindfulness practices designed for someone bedridden.
10. Let's hear a few.
Okay, well, there's 1, 2, 3 breathing, simple counting with your breath to anchor the mind,
Easy enough.
mindful journaling, just 3 lines in the morning, how you feel, no judgment,
Okay.
focused observation, really looking at something nearby, noticing details, texture, light, color.
Using your senses.
Exactly. Or aromatherapy with mindful breathing, engaging smell to stay present,
Nice. What else?
gentle touch, just feeling your hand on your arm, say, reminding yourself of your body's presence, its value, chanting or prayer with your breath, linking spiritual practice to the present moment,
That sounds calming.
listening to calming sounds nature, music as an anchor, slow, mindful sipping of a drink, noticing everything about it.
Taking time with simple actions.
Yes, listening to wordless music, or even making gentle eye contact with yourself in a mirror, but with self-compassion.
Looking at yourself kindly. That's a practice in itself.
It really is. Then, alongside the practices, there are 10 positive affirmations for the present moment.
Affirmations again. These seem key.
They are short, powerful statements to repeat. Things like, I am safe in this present moment.
What else?
I don't need to fix the past to have value now. Every breath brings me home to my heart. I have value every moment.
Keep going.
I welcome peace in this moment. I am the one who chooses my happiness. I am with what I can control. This breath.
Focusing on breath again.
Always coming back to the breath. I am love, peace, and light. I forgive the past and plan the future with a peaceful heart. And, really importantly, I deserve happiness even in bed.
That last one feels crucial.
It is. And the book unpacks these a bit. Like, I am safe. It explains true safety is internal. It's about acceptance, self-compassion, not just external stuff.
Right, an inner state.
And I don't need to fix the past. Your value is inherent now. It's not based on past actions. Forgiving yourself is a gift you give yourself. It reframes can't let go to don't need to let go to be worthy.
That's a subtle but important shift.
Huge. Every breath brings me home. The breath is that anchor always there, connecting outer chaos to inner calm.
Your portable sanctuary.
Kind of. I have value every moment. Just by being human, feeling, caring. Even stillness has this silent power, inspiring others perhaps. I welcome peace. Peace isn't something to chase, but something to invite in by accepting imperfection, choosing to rest your heart right now.
Finding the calm within.
Yes. I choose my happiness emphasizes your agency, even when things are tough. Choosing to see the small joys.
And I am with what I can't control, this breath.
Back to that reliable anchor, the bridge between the sick body and the heart's desires.
Okay.
I am love, peace, and light. Seeing your true self beyond the physical, your inner radiance that still affects others.
Like the light from the title.
Exactly. I forgive the past and plan the future peacefully.
Yeah.
Letting go creates space, focusing on loving intentions in small, daily ways.
And the final one, I deserve happiness even in bed.
It affirms your worthiness. True happiness isn't about doing, it's about appreciating small beauties, your inherent value, letting your heart bloom right where you are.
So finding happiness in small things is a big theme here too.
Definitely. Noticing sunlight, a familiar smell, distant sounds, choosing joy, and gratitude, that simple practice of listing 3 good things each night.
Small things, big difference.
Seems to be the message. There are more quotes too, like heart can dance with love and hope even when the body rests.
Lovely.
And the present is a gift, and the learner is worthy to receive it, addressing the reader directly there.
Yeah, and it gives daily exercises.
Simple ones. Morning, affirmation, deep breaths, gratitude focus. Evening, reflect on 3 good things. Practice self-compassion, sleep with gratitude.
Building these into a routine.
Exactly. So, the chapter's takeaway. Gently focus on your breath. Come back to inner peace. Present moment, self-love is healing. Your breath itself is a gift to the world.
Wow. Okay, so bringing this deep dive toward a close. Let's quickly recap the main points from Light of a Heart in the Day the Body is Weary.
I think the big themes are, first, that inherent worth you have, totally separate from physical ability. Second, the incredible power of just being present, moment by moment.
And third,
Finding peace and meaning, even when things are really, really tough. Even when you're weary.
it really brings us back to that opening quote, doesn't it? Healing the heart with faith, hope, and meaning.
Absolutely. And the book gives such practical ways to actually cultivate that faith, hope, and meaning. It's not just abstract.
So the final thought for you, the learner listening in.
Maybe consider how these ideas might shift your view of value, your own, others, your view of resilience, where meaning really comes from in daily life, whatever your situation.
Yeah, maybe explore how applying even one of these ideas, the breath, the gratitude, the self-affirmation, could bring a bit more calm, a bit more purpose into your own life.
Or even just deepen your understanding, your empathy for people who might be going through something similar. Food for thought, definitely.
Thank you so much for listening to my Feeling Good podcast, and see you next time.